Welcome to Money Justice Inside the Courtroom with Tim Felice.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to an all-new episode of Money Justice Inside the Courtroom with attorney Tim Felice. I'm your host, Mike Leon. Tim here is the founder of Felice Trial Attorneys, a Florida-based personal injury firm known for taking on serious and catastrophic cases in the courtroom. And Tim's got more than 20 years of trial experience dedicated to securing full justice for those harmed by negligence. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about something that sets Tim apart from other personal injury lawyers. And that's the importance of that real trial experience. Tim, good to see you. Let's start off first introducing yourself to the audience here. Tell us a little bit about your background. What made you want to become a personal injury lawyer?
Sure. Hey, Mike, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. So, I've been practicing law now for over 2 decades, and I always knew that I wanted to get into injury law. At first, I thought it was going to be a criminal defense lawyer, but then I ended up getting a job working for an insurance defense law firm. So I saw what happened and ultimately what they did to people who were hurt, and I had a real problem with it. So that's why I ended up becoming a plaintiff's personal injury lawyer to help people who have been hurt when they can't speak for themselves.
Tell me a little bit about how it's different being a personal injury lawyer from trial attorney. What are some of the differences?
Well, there's lots of lawyers that handle personal injury lawsuits, or even the majority of them handle just through the claims process where they make a demand, they try to settle your case early. It's very different from what we do at my office. We prepare every case from the moment we do intake right up until trial. We prepare every case as if it's going to trial. So we have a different level of preparation when it comes to every stage, from pre-suit, from litigation, and actually ultimately going to trial. It's important for the insurance carriers to know that the lawyer representing the injured person is willing to go the distance. Because when they know that they're willing to go the distance, the insurance carriers typically pay more attention to a claim, and more often than not, they pay more money for the client, whether it's in settlement, before trial, during trial, or after a verdict.
I would love for you to expand on that a little bit more, because go a little bit deeper in terms of a lawyer's reputation for taking the cases to trial. You mentioned about how insurance companies handle a claim more seriously if it's taken to trial. Can you give some examples?
Oh, yeah. I get involved in a lot of cases from other lawyers that have already been in litigation. I oftentimes get called up, sometimes even after discovery's closed, so I can't shape the case at all. And we've seen tremendous differences between offers to settle the case before my involvement and my office's involvement and after. And it's because the insurance carriers, they know that they're going to spend more money, and they know that they're going to have risk. So they typically offer more. In fact, we just got brought onto a case just about 8 weeks ago where the offer was, I think it was $25,000. They ultimately paid a confidential sum closer to 7 figures. Within just a few weeks of us getting involved, we did take a couple of depositions. We had trial set, and they knew that I was willing to go and I was going to be lead trial counsel. So their offers increased exponentially.
So Tim, explain how clients can be at a disadvantage if their lawyer isn't ready to go to trial.
First off, if you're getting ready for trial, or if you have trial set, your lawyer better be ready to go to trial, because continuances are not granted very often anymore because of some rule changes. So if a lawyer is not ready to go to trial and they have to ask for continuances multiple times, it shows the insurance carriers that the lawyer's not really either paying attention to the case or may have too much work, so he can't get to do everything he needs to do on that case to get properly ready for trial. So if an insurance carrier doesn't think you're ready for trial, they don't think you're ever going to go to trial. So their offers of settlement are typically far lower. Now, the contrast to that, that's with a lawyer who's litigating and is getting ready for trial. The bigger disadvantage is when the insurance carriers know that particular lawyer or that particular law firm doesn't try cases ever. Oftentimes, lawyers don't litigate cases. And even lawyers that do litigate cases, not all of them are capable or willing to go to trial. So those are all the disadvantages that you get with someone by hiring somebody who doesn't have the trial experience and doesn't have the reputation with the insurance carriers that you will take a case to trial, whether it's good or it's bad. Because unfortunately, we have tried very, very, very difficult cases, and we do it to show the insurance carriers that you can't walk all over our clients. Win, lose, or draw, we're going to force them into a courtroom if they're not reasonable in when it comes to offering money to the clients for their injuries.
What do you tell clients then, Tim, if they feel like it's going to be too expensive to go to trial, it's going to take too much time? What do you tell those clients who are concerned about that?
Anything dealing with the government takes a long time, right? And being in litigation and getting to trial are no different than anything else. It does take a long time to get to trial, but it's worth it. It's worth it if you can stick it out, if you can show the insurance carriers that you're not going to walk away and accept their paltry offers, that you're going to go the distance. And yeah, right now it could take months just to start the ball rolling, and it could take up to 2 years to get to trial under the normal rules. In reality, that doesn't even happen. I just tried a case recently. I tried 3 cases this year where the motor vehicle crashes were anywhere from 10 years ago to 5 years ago. So it does take a long time. The best thing I can say and recommend people to do is just do your best to hold out and don't succumb to the pressures of what the insurance carriers like to do. They like to dangle just enough money to make you think, should I take this or should I not? And more often than not, that's not money justice. That's not fair and full compensation for their injuries. Nowhere remotely close to it.
What should someone look for then, Tim, in terms of whether it be personal characteristics or something that they said, when they're looking for this personal injury lawyer that is prepared to go to trial? What should they be looking for in that lawyer? What should they be asking them?
The first thing you want to do when you talk to your lawyer before you hire them, you want to ask them, hey, when is the last time you tried a case personally? You want to know if it was this year, last year, or a decade ago, or maybe never. So one of the most important questions you can ever ask a lawyer is, first, do you actually go to trial? If the insurance carrier is not going to be reasonable to us, are you willing to go the distance? And if you're not, is there someone in your office that does that? And if not, then what do you do? So let's say we're a year and a half down the road and the insurance carrier is not offering full value for what you've been through. What are you going to do? You have to find out if that lawyer is just going to refer you out as a client to another lawyer like me in my office that handles it, because that happens a lot. The majority of lawyers out there don't try cases. And some out there, they may try one every couple of years. So that's one of the biggest things you can ask them is, hey, when's the last time you were in a courtroom yourself? Because you want to know that. And if they tell you, hey, we've been in trial this year, that's great. At least the insurance carriers know that that's a firm that actually has gone to trial in the recent past.
Tim, as we land the plane here on this episode, what's the most significant difference you see in outcomes when the client has a trial-ready lawyer on their side versus not?
It always equates to more money. Always. Every single case that I've ever gotten involved in, if we get brought in by another firm for purposes of trial, if that case gets settled before trial, every single time, 100% of the time, we have gotten substantially more money in settlement. And then if they don't get smart, then we go to trial. We had a case earlier this year. We got brought on a long time ago. We were lucky enough to be able to shape the litigation. We offered to take $10 million to resolve the case. They told us no. So we went in front of the jury, and the jury gave my client $92.3 million. That's one of the biggest examples I can tell you of insurance carriers not doing the right thing and rolling the dice on a case that they shouldn't roll the dice on.
Yeah. Tim, thank you for the time and insights on this. We truly appreciate it today.
Hey, man, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. This was fun.
And thank you to everybody out there listening to this episode of Money Justice Inside the Courtroom with attorney Tim Felice. I mean, you heard that number, $92 million. I mean, trial experience can be the difference between accepting a low offer or achieving real justice. If you're someone you love has been seriously injured, do me a favor, visit injurytrialattorneys.com to connect with Tim and his team. Don't forget to like, leave us a review and comment, and subscribe to the next episode so you never miss one. As always, I'm Mike Leon. We'll see everybody next time.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.